White House issued a new warning to Russia today after waves of missiles struck a Ukrainian military facility less than 15 miles from the border with Poland, bringing the fighting ever closer to NATO's borders. Dozens of people were killed and more than 100 were wounded. There was also heavy shelling northeast of Kyiv. Today, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky visited soldiers at this hospital in the capital as Russian forces advance on the city. And among the war's casualties, American journalist Brent Renaud, who was killed when Russian troops opened fire on his vehicle near Kyiv. It's been 18 days now since Russian tanks rolled across Ukraine's border and airstrikes started pummeling cities and civilians. CBS's Chris Livesay is at the Black Sea port city of Odessa tonight.
A war that many fear could spill into other countries has taken a dangerous turn, with Russia firing on a Ukrainian military base close to the Polish border and the NATO alliance. The sky turned red, witnesses say, when roughly 30 Russian missiles struck the Yavoriv training base in western Ukraine, leaving this smoldering crater, 35 people dead, and an escalation of the war now only a few miles from Poland, a key NATO ally. The base was routinely used by U.S. and NATO trainers over the years. Heavy shelling also rained down on Chernihiv in the north and Mykolaiv in the south, where the morgues are now so full, victims are laid out in the freezing cold. Among those spared gathered here, below an abandoned market, their childhood interrupted by an invading army, even though these are Russian speakers, the very people Putin says he wants to protect, says the mayor, Alexander Senkievich.
Mykolaiv is, let's say, border between Russians and Western civilization.
If it falls, the next domino is Odessa, the former crown jewel of the Russian Empire. And today, Ukraine's biggest port on the Black Sea. Ukraine's president says an attack here is imminent. It's a city half deserted. The half that's still here steels itself with anti-tank defenses and optimism, like this soldier who calls himself Snake. For 15 days, we've stood up against the second biggest army in the world, he says. It's weaker than us. During an air raid, we descend into the happiest bomb shelter you've ever seen. 2 weeks ago, it was a trendy restaurant. Today, volunteers prepare more than 8,000 daily rations for soldiers in their fight against fascism, says manager Nikolai Vitnyansky.
But Vladimir Putin says that you're the fascists, that you're the Nazis. I'm looking around here, you don't look like Nazis.
So, okay, I'm Jewish. What do you think? Is it possible to be Jewish Nazist? It's impossible.
During World War II, he says, at least Hitler admitted the Jews exist. Vladimir Putin says we Ukrainians do not.
And Chris Livesay joins us now from Odessa. Chris, just how imminent is an attack on Odessa?
Well, Jerika, British intelligence said today that Russian forces are advancing from Crimea in an effort to circumvent Mykolaiv and head straight here to Odessa. This is a city Vladimir Putin called out by name in his declaration of war, and the people here have been taking that threat very seriously ever since.
Chris Livesay for us in Odessa, thank you.